So if you're looking to add a drone to your operations and consider using one for your particular application, I think the first step is to decide exactly what your use is. Say in the energy industry, your use may very well be inspection, whereas in the agricultural industry, your use could be more of a data collection to manage your crops and maintain the health of those crops. So once you've pinpointed your exact application, find the right unit for you and for your purposes. Consider any available training, either by the manufacturer, either online training, or available through a third-party provider. Once you've done that, you can begin to work with an insurance broker to work on coverage solutions for you. And certain carriers actually have specific policy forms in place for the unique needs and exposures faced by a UAS operator, and those coverages include physical damage for the unit itself, physical damage also for the payload, the cameras, the data collection devices, the sensors, whatever that payload may be. And then also coverage is extended to the ground equipment as well, so your controllers, your computers, anything, any other spare parts also would be included. And then the second and the more important piece to the policy form is the liability coverage. Those limits start at about $1 million of coverage and can really go on up from there. And as we get to higher limits of liability, the insurance community begins to look more at the operator's qualifications, their training, their experience, the intended uses become more important, safety procedures and standard operating procedures that those operators may employ become more important. It has been said that the customers of the UAS operators actually are setting the bar for what limits are going to be required. Many customers require certain limits. They may be 2 million, 5 million, and so those demands are being brought to that UAS operator and therefore being brought to the insurance community. So the limits that could be required may be higher than $1 million, but they generally do start at $1 million. Coverage is also available for that privacy exposure. The insurance community generally is dealing with that with our personal injury endorsement, and that's available on a limited basis based on the data collection, how that data is collected, how it's secured on a server, and whether it's published or not. There's also coverage for premises liability, which is generally an add-on to the liability coverage. And also coverage even extends to war risks. So we write back the general war risk exclusion in our policy forms, which covers many perils, including terrorism and hijacking and malicious acts.